Excellent. Okay, change shape, and then need to get to You've Got My Back. Okay, so I've got that. Okay, looks good. Okay, there's chain. Now we spend some Reaper points. Alright, that's as many points as we can spend. At level 4, 36 points. Alright, so I need to go to the UI settings just to make sure that they look good. That looks good. Purple, okay. Okay, that looks great. Okay, how's K? Got my butterfly wings. We need the butterfly wings. Apparently I don't have feather fall though. But that's okay. Just gonna buy a wand because we're gonna do low level. Alright, looks like I can use that. Oh, you know what I can do? I have the actual spell Featherfall. So I think that's it. I think we're ready to go. I think we're ready to quest low level. I've spent my Reaper points, all 36. I can't spend any more. Got my build where I've got chain, I've got magic missile immunity, 1 point away from fear immunity. So we're gonna go and try to get some coin lord favor. So this is this is my character from hardcore, basically. My RXP tune. So she had no past lives. Now she has 1. She has 1 heroic now and 1 epic. And I took Colors of the Queen as my epic past life and Warlock as my heroic past life. And a friend of mine is running around in lows, so I thought, well, this is a pretty good, you know, opportunity since I just got my character off of hardcore to, you know, make a character.
You see a snarling
I could run with them.
dog. The beast's ribs show.
Now, I don't have boots on with any sort of movement speed, so since I can still do the experimental tumble to move faster because they haven't changed it yet, that's what we're going to do for this quest, because otherwise I will be really slow. We don't want to hurt any of the dogs. We just want them to follow us. Really, at level 5, I'll get a movement speed boost because I think I have boots at level 5. I mean, these dogs move really slow anyway, you can see, so it's not like it super matter. There we go. So I really want to get the favor from the coin lord so I can get my backpacks. Like, because this character doesn't have any extra backpack purchases, so it would be really nice. What do you think? Should we try to do an R10? We're gonna try to do an R10. It's probably gonna be a disaster. We'll see. We're gonna let Froggo go in and get everything's attention.
A skittering sound beneath the floor sets your nerves on edge.
Go get him, Froggo. If they touch me, I'm probably dead. Come on, Froggo. Get him, man. kiting. This is the easy part. There's only 2. I think the next round we get 3. It's the R10 really reduces my damage. Like, I'm only doing 1 point per hit. Alright, get in there, Froggo. Go. Man. Stand in that doorway right there. Yeah. That's perfect, because I can chain shape them all. Oh, they killed Froggo immediately. Lame? That was 1 hit. That was 2 hits. We tried. So that was her first death ever. She didn't die over on hardcore. Not legit anyway. Oh well. Thought we were gonna do it for a second, but if Froggo could have held the door, we would have done it. We tried. Should probably go back to my ship. Alright, so we'll do some easy harbor quests. And I'm not sure if it's worth me trying to do these on like R4. I just don't think it is, but we'll give it a try just because it's more interesting content, right?
A set of kobold footprints.
Alright, so my strat is I get rid of these prophets.
Sometimes the prints wander towards a
Just
crude
kill everything
warning
at the
bell in
beginning.
far corner.
Probably going to be a disaster because I have like no CC at all. Maybe if we get a point, I can get web,
deeper into the warehouse.
and that would be actually be useful.
Noise is abruptly cut off before you can pinpoint its source.
The other thing too is I don't have a speed boost, so
The stink of unwashed kobolds pervades this room. You wonder whether washed kobolds would smell any better.
I have to be careful. Okay, so 3, I can kill 1 more prophet. There's a Carnage Reaper. Not going to. They saw me? How the fuck did they see me? Alright, so this Reaper is probably gonna kill me. Because I have no way to stop him, you know? Yeah. So it's not worth us doing R4. I can't really stop the Reapers yet. Hence why everybody does R1, so you don't waste your time. But once we get color spray, we can do it. If I had color spray, he would have been dead. Yeah, what we really need is another, we need to hit level 5, basically. Then we can put on all the Feywild gear. Alright, so that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna focus on getting to level 5. So we'll just do this harbor junk at R1. Nice and easy.
A set of kobold footprints crosses and recrosses itself on the dusty floor. Sometimes the prints wander towards...
I don't want any of this junk following me, so that's why I kill it. It's also helpful to kill this stuff, like, to avoid a red alert, so...
Several doors lead deeper into the warehouse. A high-pitched yapping noise is abruptly cut off before you can pinpoint its source. The stink of unwashed kobolds pervades this room. You wonder whether washed kobolds would smell any better.
The stink of unwashed kobolds. Alright, I can still kill a prophet. Okay, that was my last prophet.
A stairway leads down into a lower section of the warehouse.
Okay, we're
Several
invisible.
steps are spattered with rust-colored spots.
Try to get that lever. I got it. I'm invisible again. Just ignore everything. Just move. Gonna keep tumbling because that's the only way I can move fast.
Flimsy-looking suspension bridges converge on the central platform. There are many footprints in the dust on the rotting slats.
My invisibility's gone, but I'm going up here. Pull this lever, and then I become invisible again. Not sticking around to mess with any of those. There's a little red
Ramp
sort of
descends
pulse
into the
that appears
warehouse's
near your
lowest
feet
depths.
as you run
Surprisingly, the ramp is spotless
when a
and
mob is near you,
dust-free.
and they can hear
This
you,
makes you
right?
feel uneasy.
Okay, I'm invising again. Got the lever.
This must be the kobold's airsat
And I just
shrine
need
to
to grab
Kyber,
this.
the cheap gem on the altar.
There we
below
go.
is
And
a
now it
strange
doesn't
and
matter
sickly
if
light.
kill all these things. It's over. So it doesn't matter if I eliminate this prophet. If he hits the alarm bell, a whole bunch of stuff will come down here, but it doesn't look like he got it. Oh, he did get it. I hear it.
You have slain too many prophets.
Yeah, here they all come. So you can just leave, but I'm just gonna kill them. The easiest way to leave is if you have your Sharn Pass. Basically, you know, you just punch it and like run up, you know, and you will like cast it as you're climbing up this, and then eventually you'll just leave. But if you were surrounded, because that thing can't be interrupted. Like any of the compass, the salt marsh compass or whatever, none of it can be interrupted. So one of the reasons that it's really good to get the expansions, like at least one of the expansions to get one of these, because they're good oh shit buttons. They'll get you out of trouble. All right, I think we just got a point. We get, yeah, so we get web now. So we get our first CC. And so basically this character was my hardcore tune. This is the first reincarnation. So I picked up Colors of the Queen and a Warlock Past Life. So it's the first 2 TRs that she's ever done. Spent all the Reaper points that I got on hardcore. And we're going to go to cap again, right? So we're just going to do R1. We tried to do an R10 already, but we died.
The scurrying feet of kobolds can be heard nearby. It's likely you will encounter several of them in the next room. You should proceed with caution.
Once we get color spray, we can do R4s. But before we get that, because we have no way to CC a Reaper, you know, right now we're basically kiting, and I don't have a striding item on, so I'm running at like whatever the default speed is. So I'm like super slow. I can't really outrun the Reapers, really. So, but we can tumble because we still have the universal tumble, whatever that's called there, the experimental tumble. And my weapon, I'm using one of those Snow Peak short swords. It doesn't really affect my Eldritch Blast, but if I actually hit something with it, it will do cold damage, and it's supposed to lock them into snow. I haven't actually ever used these weapons, so it doesn't look like the proc rate on the snow is very high, but I like the way it looks. So, and we have potions to deal with that poison. Obviously, we don't want stat damage, so. I have technically three methods to heal myself. Right, I have a wand that I can UMD. I have potions, and then I have my temp hit points. I try to web that little sentry. So the CC works on the kobolds, but not if we got a Reaper. And I'm gonna ignore all this stuff just because. I have Prago, I could do the traps, but I'm just gonna get out of here. Okay, so I have to really try to, I can't really go fast. So difficult to deal with the Carnage Reapers. I would rather it be a Carnage Reaper than a Plague Reaper, though, to be honest. Plague Reapers are probably the worst. The Fear Reaper, I'll just run up to and stand next to it and fight it, right? Alright, web. I can't web the Ogre, but it's getting a web for all the people behind him. And then we're going to treat him just like we did that Carnage Reaper, right? We're just going to try to stay away from him. Ogres, when they do that jumping over the head strike, that's like an auto crit. So if you're on Hardcore League and you see an ogre do that, get away. Especially if you're a squishy. Alright, so we're almost level 5, which is great. Alright, Gambler's Den. Should be reasonably quick.
You dispatch the guards with ease. The way into the gambling hall is clear.
Okay, the web got both of them. So from these low-level quests, we really want to get Coin Lord favor. Managed to get that dude before he got the dogs out. We would have known who let the dogs out if he had got those out. Really have to get like a low-level striding item. Alright, so we're gonna ignore the tables just to get the optional.
A small
there's a
mirror
Reaper behind
is
me.
mounted above the cabinet.
Got no way to deal with this Reaper other than out-damaging him. Yeah. We'll have color spray at level 6, but
A large, ugly fellow approaches with murder in his eyes.
the only CC we have at the moment is web, and we cannot web Reapers,
Flat
right?
on his face.
So.
His business will offend the church no longer.
But we managed to out DPS the Carnage Reaper.
You've wrecked enough tables to satisfy Brother Augustus.
Got lucky. We're doing R1. Once we get color spray, we'll up it to R4. As long as we can CC the Reapers, we don't care. Right. We could try higher, but I just don't want to deal with the Vengeance Reapers and Heroics, right? I think I'm close to 5, so I'm gonna go do info is key. That gives a boatload of XP. So the epic past life I took is Colors of the Queen, which ups my DPS. Awesome. Always like a super solid first epic past life to take. And then my heroic past life is Warlock, which gives me MRR. It's good. Not as good as Wizard or like Favorite Soul or something, but you know, I'll take it. And we would do higher than R1. It's just with no
Across
speed
the room, you see
boost
an iron
and no
defender.
way to stop the
The beast
Reapers,
looks
it just
fierce.
probably would end up.
Approaching the creature may cause it to
Just
leap
don't
to
want to have
action.
to start over again.
Descending into the basement, you hear another sound.
It's
of
not
whirring
any of the,
gears and
because
a
there's no
guttural
champions below level 3, so just Reaper like that. See, the Reaper spawns, and I have no way to CC it. It's possible if he hits me again, I'll die, but I'm gonna try to out DPS him. We got lucky. The other thing too is, you know, our healing is slow because it's a Reaper, so I don't have feather falling either. We have water breathing. I have the spell. I can cast Featherfall, but I keep forgetting to cast Featherfall. We can get almost 200 hit points at level 4. It's pretty solid.
You see one of Osgood's men making
We
his
have
way
Death
down the
Ward.
tunnel ahead.
I've got
He hears
potions
you
from the
approach and
Halloween
starts
event.
running.
I also have the clicky from Salt Marsh. This thing. Skullduggery cap, which I'm wearing. You guys are wondering what I'm wearing. So I'm wearing a crafted ring that gives me sheltering and persuasion, which is essentially a low-level version of Mary's ring. Mary's ring is always spell resistance and sheltering. And then I try to find 2 slots so I can augment it. And then as it goes up in level, I add insightful spell saves to it. But it's always, you know, sheltering with spell resist. But for spell resist at this level, I'm wearing the Bjarlin Mirror Cloak.
You notice
I
that
have a
the smuggler
crafted
is
belt
struggling
that's
to keep his
false
grip
life and
on an
con.
awkward container. He must have the artifact you're after.
And I'm not casting my... There it goes. The wrists I'm wearing are the Braces of Wind. I'm not doing lightning damage, but they give me blur, so defensive. My goggles are like probably the best in slot goggle for low level heroics. They're the Amethyst Loop from Saltmarsh. I mean, look at those. They're like insane. I gotta get a fortune deck and put one on that.
You hear the grind and clatter
Spot
of
surge,
machinery
blindness,
from below.
immunity.
You hear the grind and clatter of machinery from below and to the west. It sounds like something
The
heavy
deck
is
plus
being
1
ratcheted
doesn't
into
really matter
place.
because I'm wearing this Buccaneers ring,
You hear the rasp of stone against stone
which
from
is from
somewhere
Crystal
above,
Cove, and
as
it's
if a
really
massive
good.
barrier is moving aside.
My necklace is a crafted necklace that gives me charisma and then helps my saving throws out versus disease and poison. proof against poison and proof against disease don't really make you immune like it says. It just kind of helps you make your saving throw. And I can show you what I mean. Like, we'll do the quest where there's a poison trap, and I'll take damage in the poison trap even though I'm immune to natural
The
poison.
secret path ends. You lift the case and slide it onto your back. Quickly return to the Fairlane representative.
Okay, we got to level 5, so that means that we can grab fear immunity from there. So I'm doing my build, right? So we're basically an enchanting warlock. Perform is our sonic damage. UMD is how we, heal. This is our main damage. Right now it's force, but it will be light damage. And we cast jump, but I always like to get like 5 jump as a base. And we want bluff because it's good to have an allure skill. And then I'm also working search because it's always good to have search. So what we'll probably do is just try to blast bluff until we max it out, and then we'll switch to the other thing. We want all of these quests in the harbor because I want to get the bag space for my character. I probably should have done Korthos, but done Korthos so much in my life, I'm all set with it. Okay, at level 6, we get color spray. And then we can do R4. Heroic R4. But before that, it doesn't make any sense to do it because we have no way to stop the Reapers. If you have a way to CC the Reapers, you can start doing like higher skull Reapers immediately, but I think really color spray, unless you were like a deep gnome, you get it immediately, right? Like you could take it as a racial. And with no boots with any sort of movement on them, I have to do tumbling. I understand that they're changing it, and so I won't be able to do this after update 66, but for now, we're going to take advantage of it, and then between now and then, I'll try to find a low-level set of boots. I know why I don't have them. So Fear Reaper, you got to get right up next to it, right? Otherwise, it throws out a dot. So either you go really far away from it or get really close to it. Mary has a quiver. My main has a quiver of alacrity. So I never worry about boots with movement on them. And so because this character came from hardcore, and I don't usually swap around the quiver, I just leave it on my main. I'm going to have to see if I have like some sort of low-level boot option. I think I do. But Chain is really great in low-level heroics because it, we'll find other monsters. We'll let Frago earn his keep. Or her keep. I don't know if it's boy or girl. But Froggo's busted, right? Because I said from here to here, go and do that control panel, and Froggo just will like run off down the hall, right? Yeah, see, there you go. Yeah, right. They need to fix him. Or her. Or it. Whatever Froggo is. The little frog
The
creature.
bulging chest in this room could only belong to one of the first of the Kobold Chieftain brothers has been slain.
So the chain damage isn't that much, but it's nice because it, you know, does like a homing.
The rear section of the sewer has been opened.
God, I'm so slow. Don't need that. Here's a collectible. There we go. I probably have 80,000 prayer bead strings. I don't need to pick them up, but
This room stinks
Can't
a
help
little less
myself.
than the rest of this foul place. There's probably marks
so
of
the
this
shamans,
affair
the
of
way you
offense
deal with
among
them,
kobolds.
if you're on hardcore, you just keep jumping. Basically.
The Kobold Chieftain brothers has been
That's the
slain.
way that the lightning bolt will hit you. It's directional, so you can jump out of its way. But who knows when the next hardcore is? We may never get another hardcore league. How about that? I mean, we hope we do. If I were in charge, we would. But a lot of things would change if I were in charge. But it would only be good stuff. I'll tell you one of the first things that I would do is I would completely blow away all of the free-to-play limitations. So I would make free-to-play play exactly like VIP right now. And then what I would do for VIP is enhance it. So you would get like unlimited shared storage or something like that. Like a reason to really, like a solid reason to VIP, like something that you're like, oh my god, I love this game, and if I sub to it, I'm going to get unlimited storage. You can't put
As you
everything in
enter the
shared
sewer,
anyway.
Garrison
Like it's not
calls
like
from
you can,
above. Be careful down
you
there.
know. And I think one of the issues why they
At the
don't
end
do
of the
something
tunnel,
like that
you see a
though
makeshift
was
gong
that
for a lone
everything
kobold.
that's in your bank apparently you carry with you. I'm not exactly sure the explanation they had for the reason why they didn't want to do something like that, but apparently the game like carries that information with you. I don't know. The other thing I would do is get rid of ransack chests for VIPs. So if you're a VIP, you never ransack a chest. You can loot a chest 4,000 times in a row, and it won't matter. Because you still have to put in the time to do the quest to loot the chest. It's not like you can just reset the chest and loot it and loot it and loot it. Like, I don't understand why they ransack anyway. I mean, yeah, alright, fine. If you're a free-to-play, let it ransack, right? But if you're VIP, no. So I would change that.
A soft sound, like that of a snoring animal, echoes
There'd be a
along the
lot
tunnel.
of stuff. Like free to play people would be able to do everything that VIPs do right now. Especially like open elite quests. Like the fact that they have to do hard, normal then hard then elite, that's mental. Like that That's so like pre 2010 thinking. Like they need to change that. The internet is different than it was in 2006 when this game launched. Other games are different than when this game first launched. Like they really need to give people a reason to sub. You shouldn't have to just, you know, like play half a game if you're free to play. That's not the way to do it. And I'll tell you something, like, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of or played Genshin Impact, but it's a gacha game. Basically, they made like $1 billion last year off of people just doing wishes to get better characters. But they give you the entire game. Like, I haven't spent a dime on it. I've played it a bunch. And if you don't do any of the wish gacha stuff, you can play the entire game, and it's like a gorgeous game for free. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, DDO needs to do that sort of thing. They need to basically give everybody the game and then make the money somewhere else.
You notice a dim signal crystal above a lever on the far wall.
So that's my VIP rant. If I were in charge, things would be different.
Metal grinds on metal, and ripples spread across the water.
If I were in charge, I would also have content creator Ascension Gems. So you could get Ascension Gem of your favorite content creator, whoever it is. Shrimtom, Voodoo, you could have them as Ascension weapon.
Metal grinds on metal, and ripples spread across the water. 2 signal crystals are placed above a metal gate.
God, I'm so slow.
You leave the festering sewer
Is that
water,
a...
only to
that's
be
ooze.
assailed by a pungent new scent.
Festering sewer water. I just swam through festering sewer water. I guess it's a good thing that I'm an elf and almost immortal, right? Like, because otherwise I probably would need some sort of antibiotic. I mean, festering? That's quite a word.
You see a pack that has been unceremoniously
the
discarded
tools.
beside a brazier.
They use a lot of strange words in these old quests. The pack was discarded unceremoniously. Have you ever said that in your life? I've never said that. Okay, buddy, give me something good. Nothing. Although that is a featherfall ring, but I don't have a ring slot to wear it. So we got our fear immunity. We've got our magic missile immunity. The next points I have to put 2 here. 1 is going to go here. Probably this point then would be best spent to get my temporary hit points at max. That's my temporary hit points. So 100% of my charisma now.